Welcome back guys to another video by Any Emotion, and today we'll be talking about the topic of the return of Rock's Disappear in the story of One Piece. Now before we move on to the video, I would like to request every one of you watching to please like, share and subscribe to our channel Any Emotion. Your support really helps us to make more videos and motivate us to provide even more better content. With that being said, I would like to share another information, that is, this video is being recorded before the release of chapter 1166. So anything said here could be easily debunked in that chapter. We still don't know yet, so please take everything said here with a pinch of salt, and please be sure to watch the whole video till the end to make everything clear about this theory I would like to tell today in this video. With that being said, let's get back in the main video. So a few things to be noted here before this whole theory thing begin is that the relation between Blackbeard and the number 3. Over the years in the history of One Piece, there have been many videos and many theories made on the topic of the number 3 and association of it with Blackbeard. Like Blackbeard has 3 braids, he carries 3 pistols, and there are many more things in that. I explained that in short. There are many useful YouTube videos or Reddit threads you can go and see to check out the whole theory section. This number 3 would be the base or the building block for this whole theory I would like to share. So for a very long time in the history of One Piece, there have been an association of Rock's Disappear, aka Blackbeard's father, being in Blackbeard's body in form of some soul or some nasty devil fruit power. But till date there was no clear explanation why that could be. Only visible explanation for this was that Blackbeard can hold 2 different devil fruit inside of him, which was unheard of in the whole story of One Piece. And we also know that anyone who tries to get 2 different powers of devil fruit will die instantly. But now, after the appearance of Imu and his power of Domi Reverse Eye, a lot of things are being cleared about various kinds of dark arts and weird devilish powers. So now let's take that as a base and build a whole theory around it of how Rock's Disappear could make a return in the story of One Piece using that freakish devilish power. In the last chapter of 1165, we heard Blackbeard's mother tell Rocks during his end moment or during his transformed Domi Reverse Eye that she was sorry and she knew that he was not yet ready. So what was he not yet ready for? Was it something to do with a freaking devilish power? Because we know that Imu uses some kind of devilish power and he has a hugely good regeneration ability. Like he just took the biggest combo attack in the whole history of One Piece and just stood back up like it was nothing. Until this date, this is the biggest defense or biggest king moment of the whole One Piece series. And we know that the only way to hurt someone with that kind of regeneration ability is to use the best available haki. But in case of Imu, that is not true because he doesn't care. Best fighters in the whole story of One Piece, including Rocks, Roger, Garp, all tried their best, used their best hits, but Imu did not got a scratch. Now that brings in the question of what was Rocks not ready for? Was he developing some kind of technique that would permanently hurt Imu, or that will stop his regeneration ability or slow down his regeneration ability so that they could hit him with a fatal blow? Probably yes, but we know that Rocks was not able to do anything and he died in the chapter of 1165, or what that was implied to be. And we know that during Alabasta we could see our big old eagle man took a huge hit from a bomb and still get back up. That made no sense. But in the story of One Piece, unless and until we saw someone physically die, such as Ace and Whitebeard, we cannot take their death for granted. And now in the story of One Piece, Blackbeard or Rocks will use Imu's own devilish kind of technique in order to bring him down using the body of his son Teach. Now we know at the end of chapter 1165, Kuma sent everyone back to somewhere. But according to the rule of the Pawpaw Fruit, he can only send people to the places he had visited earlier. Now with that being said, the only where he could have visited at that point of time is the Vodka Kingdom. So probably everyone was sent there. And we know that Blackbeard's mom is still alive. And by the time he joined Whitebeard's crew, we did not saw what happened to his mom. Did his mom died, or did his mom did something that make Rocks back in the story of One Piece? Now let's take another reference, that is Brook. And we know that Brook came back to life after being dead for a long period of time. And there was an implication that his soul fruit was the very basis of it, or the very base of it. But that do imply that there is some sort of magical circles and weird devilish power existing in the world of One Piece, with Emu's whole reverse circles as well as Brook's summoning circle. And now if we imply the logic of Full Metal Alchemist, one of the best animes of all time, but let's get back to the topic. In that anime, whole summoning circles and rituals were performed, but there was a law of equivalent exchange. And Oda could put that same very law to existence in the whole story of One Piece by using Blackbeard's mother as the catalyst for bringing back rocks onto the body of little Marshall D. Teach. All of this put together does make a bit of sense that why Blackbeard's mother was not present at that moment of time. She was probably dead because she gave up her life in order to bring back rocks from the dead, because she felt guilty that he died only because of him and he was not ready to take on Emu yet. So she used Blackbeard's body as the very base to bring back Rox's soul and used herself as the bait or as the person of equivalent exchange who must die in order to bring someone back to life. And in Brook's case, that whole thing of equivalent exchange does not exist only because he possessed the soul fruit that bypassed that law. That could explain the reason why Blackbeard's mom was not present during his recruitment in the crew of Whitebeard, and what happened to his mom during that period of time. Now the number 3 and Blackbeard do imply that there could be a third person living inside of Blackbeard at the same point of time, where Rocks could also be living inside of him. This could be Blackbeard's mom by again some sort of devilish method, but it could be someone we don't know yet. Maybe someone like Davy Jones could also exist inside of Whitebeard. But his mom being inside of him as well as his dad makes a whole lot of sense, that the whole last remembrance of the Davy clan is inside of a one body that is acting as the vessel to hold 3 different souls. That means Blackbeard would probably have a third devil fruit, or he has a third devil fruit already but he did not use it yet. The drawback to hold 3 different souls inside a single body was that he could never sleep, and that was the reason we know that Marshall D. Teach never slept when he was a child. So that was it for today's video. I would like to thank every one of you watching till the end, and if you want to add anything to this whole theory or debunk anything said in the whole theory, please be sure to write that down in the comment section down below. Any video suggestions you guys have, you could also suggest them in the comments down below. Please be sure to like this video, share this video with your fellow One Piece and anime fans, and subscribe to our channel Any Emotion. That is it. I'm out. Peace.